Good morning, baseball. It is your boy Adamar Sports here, coming back at you with my lovely co-host Franklin P. Helmstetter, featuring plants. How the heck are you, my man? You watch any baseball yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Watched a little bit of the Cardinals, Phillies. Fortunately, watched the beginning of the Angel game, but I did not see later in the game. But absolutely annihilated once again. So it is what it is. But feeling good, ready to talk.
See, I was at work and I could have been paid to watch the Angels game, and I still decided not to watch it. So
Yeah, working is better at that point.
If you do want to watch the Angels game tomorrow, though, I will be live at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe a little bit earlier. Play some Thrive Fantasy bets. Be sure to tune in around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not sure if Frank's going to make an appearance. I think he's going to be working. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I'm going to be working.
Bummer.
But I'll try my best to maybe catch the very end if possible. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure, man.
We'll see.
But that does bring us to our sponsor. As you can see above me, Thrive Fantasy. Shout out to them. Use promo code NMR when you sign up. It's a daily fantasy and player prop sports betting app. It's a good time. We placed our first parlay on the stream the other day. Cashed out a nice little $165 payday. Wasn't as lucky yesterday. Tyler Nevin, man. I don't even know who Tyler Nevin is, but... He got a hit today. I didn't think he would get a hit. He was like 0 for his last 20. But you know what? It's fine. We're going to place some bets tomorrow. We're going to win some money. And you can win some money too. Hit that link in my description. Use promo code NMR when you sign up. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. 100% to match. Pretty good match if I do say so myself. They also give you 2 free $20 entries. You can see the details in the description. It'll be a good time. Sign up, use promo code NMR, and be the best decision you ever made. You'll be a millionaire in no time. Now, without further ado, I believe there were some baseball games played yesterday, Frank, if I'm not mistaken. Were there some baseball games played yesterday?
Let me see here. Yes. Got some.
All right.
How
I guess there
exciting.
were some. Let's take a look-see here at said baseball games. We do have one game currently going on, just to break the fourth wall for a moment. We're recording at the tail end of Diamondbacks Rockies. Got an 11-5 lead for the Rockies here. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second, but I'm assuming the Rockies are going to take the W in this one. We got the Rays and the Blue Jays with a doubleheader. The Rays took both of the games in the doubleheader. 6-2 was the score of the first one. Shane McClanahan getting his 9th win of the season. And then the Rays took the second one, 11-5. Isaac Paredes having a fantastic game. And Garza Jr., I'll be honest, I've never heard of that man. He got the W. I assume he's one of the random relievers of the Rays. They have plenty of those. The Yankees, 2-game sweep of the Guardians as well. The AL East dominating per usual. Nestor Cortez and Garrett Cole on the mound. You're really just not going to win a game when those two guys are pitching for the Yanks. So 13-4 in the first one, 6-1 victory over the Guardians in the second one. The Twins had another 9th inning victory against the Orioles today. I honestly thought I was having deja vu. I thought I was looking at the same game for a second. 4-3 victory, scored 2 in the 9th to win. Cardinals beat the Phillies 7-6, couple of home runs in the first inning. White Sox beat the Giants 5-3. Giants are struggle busting right now. Logan Webb getting his 3rd loss of the season. Dylan Cease improves to 7-3. Marlins beat the Nationals 5-3. Another deja vu moment there. Pirates 7-4 over the Brewers. O'Neal Cruz with another absolute nuke job in this one. David Bednar with his 12th save of the season. Astros beat the Angels 9-1. What's new there? Kansas City Royals lost to a walk-off home run actually for Riley Green, his first of his MLB career. Little golf clap. Congratulations, Riley Green. Dead center too. Dead center in Comerica. That is an impressive first home run of your career. You can say I walked off dead center. 420 dead center. So good for him. Tigers improved to 30-46, if you can call that improving. The Mariners, 2-1 victory over the Oakland Athletics. We had a nail-biter over there in Seattle. Mets drop one to the Rangers, 7-3 final over there in Citi Field. Braves, 4-1 victory over the Reds. Spencer Strider, 4-2 on the season. ERA improves to 2.87. That dude is phenomenal. Definitely, I think he's a rookie. I believe that'd be a Rookie of the Year candidate, if I'm not mistaken. Got to read up on him. Red Sox drop one to the Cubs, 3-1. Cost me some money on Thrive Fantasy as well, so I will not be betting on the Red Sox anytime soon. Looking at you, Xander Bogaerts and Trevor Story. You killed me last night. And the Dodgers, 7-2 victory over the Padres. Now, before I catch my breath, let me just ask you a question here, man. We had an interesting game in St. Louis. I alluded to it earlier. A couple home runs in the first. Well, by a couple, I mean 4. And I'm not talking 4, every once in a while. I'm talking back to back home runs in the first inning. Nolan Arenado, then Nolan Gorman. We got the Nolans back to back. Then Juan Yepes, then Dylan Carlson. Back to back home runs right there. Just a great way to start a ball game, and they still almost lost. Tough one there, but they did pull away in the 9th inning. Ryan Helsey getting his 4th win of the season. ERA improves to .83. Now, we got a couple of MVP candidates in the middle of this St. Louis Cardinals lineup that are carrying the team at the moment. I'd say Goldschmidt's probably the favorite right now, but at the end of the season, Frank, Goldschmidt or Arenado, who's going to finish higher in the NL MVP voting, assuming both of them get votes?
Like you said, I think I got Goldie for this one. But Arenado's picking up. He's speeding up a little bit. There's no doubt, that his presence on this team makes a huge difference. He's got that amazing glove at third base. But then again, Goldie's an all-star or MVP caliber first baseman as well. So it's tough. But I mean, Goldschmidt's got the numbers to back it up. I mean, he's got an OPS plus of 200 right now. He's OPS of 1057. But just so I think his numbers are just stand out a little more statistically than Arenado. But Arenado's been having some really, really good games. So there's no doubt that his talent is needed on the squad, especially as they get closer towards the All-Star break. They've got to fight for the division with Milwaukee. So he's definitely needed, definitely contributing. Loving seeing both of them play right now.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan Arenado got off to probably the hottest start in baseball this season. If you remember the first couple of weeks of the season, he was the clear front runner early in the MVP race. I think Machado caught up to him pretty quick, though. Same thing with Goldschmidt, his teammate. Had a little bit of a rough patch there in the middle, but I think he's starting to heat up. Hit for the cycle yesterday, 2 home runs today. That's a hell of a game. Hell of a run so far for Arenado, and we know he plays elite defense at third base, so that's probably going to help him in the wins above replacement department. And we know people love talking about wins above replacement. It's a sexy stat. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it sounds good. It sounds really good. Oh, he's an 8-win player versus this guy hit 20 more home runs, but he's only a 4-win player. It's war matters as much as I wish it didn't. It does matter, but. Moving on, man, to a team that is just mind-boggling every single year. The Tampa Bay Rays. We're a little bit worried about them yesterday, but they kind of shut us up pretty quick with a 2-game sweep over the Toronto Blue Jays today. Isaac Paredes. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've been known to butcher pronunciations, but Isaac, 3 for 5 in Game 2 with 2 home runs on the day. Is Isaac Paredes the next big fleece in the trade department for the Tampa Bay Rays, akin to the trade that brought Austin Meadows to the Rays from the Pittsburgh Pirates? We all know about the Chris Archer trade. What do you think? Is this on a track to reach that level?
Yeah, I mean, definitely been impressed with his numbers here. I think he's definitely a talent that the Rays are going to either want to, keep for a while or, use as a means by which to obtain more players, of course. But yeah, man, he's legit. And, a lot of people knocked that deal, with what are you doing, and but he's really shown up. So his numbers throughout his 3-year career here have really kind of steadily increased across the board. So it's just really a matter of if he can keep this up. I know a lot of his home runs, and pretty much all of them have happened within the last couple of weeks. So he's on fire right now. Really just a matter of if he can keep that pace up. But it'll be really interesting to see. Like you said, man, this Rays team is really fun to watch. Honestly, it's like they were listening. They were like, "What Blue Jays? Just take two from their division rivals." And with the Red Sox losing as well, that kind of calls into question, man. I mean, that middle 2, 3, 4 in the AL East is really a lot closer than
Oh
I
yeah.
think a lot of people assume. So it'll be really interesting to watch. I'm
It's
excited.
gonna be a dogfight all season for that second place spot.
Yeah.
Assuming the Yankees stay hot, which they have been, but definitely I've been extremely impressed. I honestly just kind of forgot about the return on the Austin Meadows trade. All I knew is they sold off Austin Meadows. It's the Rays. Every time they make a trade, I scratch my head, and then it always works out in their favor. Remember the Tommy
Hmm.
Pham trade? We were like, what the hell are they doing? And then all of a sudden they're in the World Series, and the Padres are a first round exit in 2020. So the Tampa Bay
Yeah.
Rays, man, don't know what kind of chemicals they got in the water over there, but they turn these busts into elite baseball players every time. So
Legit. Yeah.
yeah, let's head over to Arizona for a minute. We got a former Cy Young Award winner on the mound. Took the mound actually in Colorado, but for the Arizona Diamondbacks, Dallas Keuchel making his first career start for the Arizona Diamondbacks after being DFA'd by the Chicago White Sox earlier this season. Hoping to get back on the wagon, back on the ground ball outs, typical Dallas Keuchel fashion wagon. Didn't quite go his way. Coors Field, obviously a bad place to pitch per usual, but 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 3 walks, just 3 strikeouts. You figured somebody was going to pick him up. It sounds good to have a former Cy Young Award winner in your rotation, just like you could say about Rick Porcello. Even though they're not, Cy Young Awards don't mean that much in the grand scheme of things. Look at Robbie Ray this season. So, just be honest with you, man. Is his career over? Like, is there any glimmer of hope? He's 34 years old. It's not like he's getting any younger. Is this it for Dallas Keuchel? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, listen, you get people like Verlander out there in their late 30s. But I feel like that's once. I mean, like he's a phenomenal Hall of Famer candidate, right? I mean, that's a rarity to have someone like that. So I think for generally speaking, aside from outliers like that, getting into your late 30s as a pitcher, it's always going to be tough. It's an uphill battle, regardless of if you're performing well. But given that his career has kind of been on a steady decline for the last like 5-6 years, I think it's really tough to see him really resurging at least to the same level. I mean, I think best case scenario here, we see Keuchel potentially, have a couple average years where he's not, a detriment to the team. That would be, I think, a success story in this case. But more than likely, man, I mean, I'm not really feeling too hot about it. I think his numbers kind of speak to his decline here. And, I wish him the best, but, there's nothing wrong with, over time kind of realizing that you just don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Every player gets to that point, and he made a name for himself, but yeah, it's tough to say, but it's not looking too good at the moment.
Now, just to piggyback off of that, this kind of I was gonna save this for last, but I think we'll throw it in here because it makes the most sense. The Dodgers today, they beat the absolute crap out of the Padres 7-2. But what I really want to talk about, yesterday I really, after we recorded, I was like, we should have talked about Tony Gonsolin. Dude's having a phenomenal year. But another guy who's having a phenomenal year in a Dodgers uniform is Tyler Anderson. 9-1 this year with a 3.09 ERA on the season. We know about some teams having great pitching labs. A lot of times you hear about the Rays, you hear about the Brewers. The Dodgers have done a phenomenal job just figuring out how to get good value out of these guys. Like, I just pulled up Tyler Anderson's baseball reference page here. He was, in his age 31 season in 2021, he started with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had an ERA plus of 98, which is, average. He's not an elite pitcher, but he's, replacement level, which is, not terrible. 87 ERA plus with the Seattle Mariners. This season with the Dodgers so far, 130 ERA plus. He's 30% better than average when it comes to pitching, and he hasn't put up a number like that since 2016 with Colorado. In 114 innings pitched,
Wow.
he had a 137 ERA plus. But since then, he has never broken the 106 mark. So the Dodgers, man, could they be a team to fix Dallas Keuchel? Are they one of the best pitching labs in all of baseball right now? Maybe one of the more underrated ones.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any chance at fixing a pitcher like Keuchel, anyone comparable, in their later career, I think it's yeah, it's them. I mean, really, I mean, you could see these players just become, relatively. I mean, some of them phenoms, some of them, just really decent pitchers. So there's something in the water there, similar kind of to what we were saying about Tampa there, but something with their pitching. It's almost like they have a good pitching staff. We don't know what that's like, unfortunately,
Yeah.
or a pitching coaching staff rather. But
What's that?
regardless, yeah, what is that? I don't know what that, huh? Um, but yeah, I mean, that could be an interesting move. I mean, I already know the Dodgers are probably eyeing, like you said, potentially one of either Montas or Castillo, but with Gonsolin, with Anderson, and then one of those arms, or maybe even two of those arms potentially. That rotation's looking, impossibly good. So
Well, it's insane.
yeah, I mean,
Like,
why not? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I think they could get at least a little bit out of it, maybe a long reliever or something. But
Yeah, yeah,
they just seem
I
to
could see
be
that
able to
for sure.
figure things out with guys. Andrew Heaney had a great start to this year. Last season, bro, with the Yankees, he literally couldn't get it out. Every single pitch he threw was a home run. It was just insanity. And then now he looks like a good pitcher all of a sudden in Dodgers uniform.
Yeah,
I
totally.
it's a
Miracle
dream.
workers.
It's a dream, man. That's why the Dodgers are
Yeah,
so good. You can have all the best players in the world, but if they're not, they're not being coached up well, they can fall apart.
it's
We've
true.
seen it with every single relief pitcher that has ever worn an Angels uniform after being signed as a free agent. So, um,
Loop.
yeah, exactly. All right, well, we got one more topic of discussion here, and I want to start a discourse here. We are going to start a conversation, a hot take. Will you? A hot take, have you? May you? The Yankees. They've got a good pitching staff, a great starting pitching staff there. We know their bullpen's elite. Garrett Cole is a phenomenal pitcher. He gets paid. I think he's the second highest paid pitcher in baseball after Scherzer. Fireballer, shutdown guy, former. I don't think he's won a Cy Young yet. Poor guy. He got robbed by Verlander that one year that he was clearly better than Verlander. But I digress. This season, I would like to bring up Nestor Cortez is on the road to dethroning him as the ace of this rotation. If the season ended today, 6 games into ALCS with the Houston Astros, who do you want on the mound? Nestor Cortez or Garrett Cole at this point in the season? What do you think?
I feel like I'm always the type of person to go with consistency. So for that reason, like I err on the side of Cole just because he's been good. He's proven that he can, sustain that model and that, those skills across, a longer time period. So the data kind of speaks for itself there. But at the same time, I mean, these last 2 years for Cortez, it's a similar seemingly miraculous success story as we're talking about, kind of the Dodgers working with pitching. But this is, yeah, I mean, Cortez is great, man. I love the character and like what he brings to the team. And then on top of that, he's also just, pitching phenomenally currently. So it's tough to say because just like I said, I would err on the side of going with someone who has that, really intense like playoff experience, has kind of gone through those motions already. He's obviously the veteran. So as much as I love Nestor, man, like I would love to have him out there as a number 2 arm, but I still think Cole's kind of up there for me. I don't know, but I'm curious to think what you're thinking on this one, man.
We'll be honest, man. I think Nestor Cortez is out pitching Garrett Cole this year. I think he's
Yeah.
been
Okay.
consistent. He since 2021. Last season he was good. People don't give him enough credit. 93 innings pitched last year. ERA plus just an easy stat. It's not perfect, but it's an easy stat to grade a pitcher. 147 ERA plus. That's elite. That's pretty much elite. I mean, it's not like Clayton Kershaw in his prime level, but it's definitely up there. That's more than a pitcher and a half. It's about a pitcher and a half right there. And then this season, 151 ERA plus. The dude is striking out batters at a ridiculous rate, 9.7 strikeouts per 9. He's not walking too many batters, 2.2 walks per 9. Not giving up a lot of long balls. He's just been fantastic this year. I legitimately think that I'm more confident in his production on the mound right now than I am in Garrett Cole's. I feel like Garrett Cole has more implosion starts than Nestor Cortez does right now. Obviously, I'm not saying Nestor Cortez had the better career. He was awful, like awful for the first 3 years of his career. Career 60, 79, and 29 ERA plus in 2018, 19, and 20. But all of a sudden, man, I legitimately think he's the ace of this staff right now. I think he is the best pitcher on the Yankees pitching staff at this very moment in time. Now, this could age terribly. He could completely fall apart at the seams tomorrow, and I will take full credit and responsibility if that happens. I'm sorry, Yankees fans. But right now, I would take Nestor Cortez in a Game 7. And I feel like he wouldn't be too stressed. We saw what happened with Garrett Cole in the wild card game last year. Kind of stunk a little bit. I know he has good all-time postseason stats, but
that is true. I mean, yeah, you got to factor in, Garrett Cole has been shaken up a few times. So, that there as much as there is stats to prove his consistency throughout his career and like time with the Yankees especially and the Astros there, I think there's also some of those moments that we can point to as well. And like you said, man, Cortez has been really impressive. So I look forward to like seeing if he can maintain that. Come a few months from now, if you ask me the same question, that could very well change, But that's a great argument. You guys are gonna have to let us know down in the comments.
I'm sure someone's gonna flame me, but I think it's a conversation. I really do. I think there's a conversation to be had there.
I think you have a good point.
I'm putting it in the thumbnail.
If it ended right now, who do you got? And that's not ridiculous to say. He's been playing really well. So,
my thoughts exactly. We'll have to see. Yankees fans are very passionate. I'm sure there's Yankees fans typing comments already. So, I can't wait to read them all and respond to them in a respectful manner. Right, Frank?
Exactly. Yes, we always do so.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you joining me to talk some baseball on this lovely morning of July 3rd. It's been a pleasure talking some good morning baseball with you, Frank. Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Help it reach more baseball fans. We do this every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless we're tired. Or sick. That happens too sometimes. But, don't forget to sign up at Thrive Fantasy at the link in the description to win some moolah, baby. We're going to be placing some parlays tomorrow before the start of Astros Angels. You can set a notification to be notified when we go live. When I go live, I should say. Frank's going to be at work, working hard, right? Serving the people of the greater Seattle area.
Yeah, making the same coffee orders every day. I'm almost done with this job, man. Very excited, but I will be there tomorrow. So enjoy the live stream, man. Play some bets,
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily MLB content. I've been Nolan. That's been Frank. We'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.